I'm so happy to have hosted this event here today for these students.
Right. Good. Working, right? You can all hear me? All right. Good morning, guys. Or good afternoon. I do this at school too with the students. I say good morning and I realize lunch is done. I'm so excited to see all of you guys here. I appreciate, the students appreciate you coming out and supporting their hard work. They will tell you they worked extremely hard this semester in my class. We've done a lot of reading, a lot of writing, a lot of work, and the students have done phenomenal and blown me out of the water with how proud I am of what they have done.
Good afternoon. My name is Kathrynne and my piece is called I the Local. Go. Get out. Drenched with the weight of the world, scraping your knees at reality's feet, facing the unknown. Discreet, twisted, bone-crushing solitude. I cannot breathe. It's rising. Like the birth of a tulip in the hush rains of spring, she responds to the persuasive braids it provides. Trapped beneath the surface, damned to recycle, one and the same. Justified to the shades my life became, molded into an untouched book. Dust collected on my cover, preserving the wholeness within. It's all I need to win. What does that say for you? This compulsive feeling within, this 12-inch shot, this weight on my neck. Something only you can find. You.
My name is Kenneth Marcotte-Askew, and the name of my poem is The Tunnel. Every day I enter a long, terrifying, treacherous tunnel. In that tunnel, there are two types of people. People that want to see you fail and people that want to see you succeed. But most of them are people that want to see you fail. I don't want to be in this tunnel, but I am forced to stay by people that control us. I sit in the tunnel, trying not to draw attention, for I do not belong there like a cat in a dog house. As the day comes to an end, a big gust of wind forces us out. Whoosh. At that point, I had to go back to the people that control us.
Hi, my name is Michaela, McFarland, and I will be reading an excerpt of my story called Safe. I sat on the porch swing with Grace's hand resting on my shoulder. I was reading Paper Towels by John Green to her. I saved up just to buy it for her last birthday last year. I never watched the movie because I believe it's just best to read books. That way I had to imagine what the characters looked like, what they would see in their own eyes. It was fascinating if you actually thought about it. It made me wonder if that's what Gracie saw in her head when I described or read something to her. The last day was almost over. I would miss the quiet, miss just sitting here breathing in the clean air with my sister by my side. I miss this moment I might never get back again. My thoughts started to feel cloudy, judged. I don't know how, but I felt...
I didn't write anything. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Bob Bilardi, and my job and the reason that I'm here is I'm a school coach. I work for a company called Link Learning, and we're connected to Ben Carson, Health Science Academy. We try to help them do good things with students, and I'm very proud to be here today to speak a little bit about that. When I think about today, my talk is not about freedom, it's about two things. The power of one and the power of an idea. The power of one, this weight. The power of an idea, this idea to do a project that would engage students in writing, rewriting, and that didn't happen overnight. That took a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of effort, but one thing most importantly, it took a ton of persistence. You have to work to get things like this done, but the power of one person with the right idea helped make it happen. Here we are today. So then we think about that. Now I think about you, about all of the students here who are represented in this book. You responded to her ideas. You responded to that idea with your own hard work, effort, persistence. You worked hard at perfecting your idea. And the results today are that the power of one will live forever in this book and in the legacy that everyone who buys this book talks about it and remembers it. It will live long past all of us in here. So you've created something for a lifetime. And that's the power of one, and that's the power of great ideas. So I congratulate you, because you're recreating the future.
So that wraps up the students' readings. I've got a couple of final words to say, but first I want us to give us another round of applause for So this project started, it's been a lot of community effort, and I have appreciated everyone that has been a part of this. It started with this one idea of what is freedom, but I felt like a lot of the students would have a lot of ideas on how to answer that, and then ways to develop that, and that's kind of what drove this entire thing, was that question. And so we read a novel which was purchased through donations from co-workers, from family members, from friends, from complete strangers online. So I was able to buy the book that we read, and we've watched documentaries and read poems and short stories and articles and essays and all of these different things. The students that have been published and are here today have been given the opportunity to also purchase another book from the bookstore because of donations, again, from friends, coworkers, complete strangers that have wanted to help and reward the students for the hard work that they've done. So I will remind you guys that you're all able to pick out a book after this is all done. We've had different speakers that came in. Deborah Lavelle, who is an attorney, came in to speak to the students. Jeanette Frederick, who is a nurse at Jackson County Jail, came in to speak to the students. Different people like Bob or Brandon who offered their services in supporting this project and working with the students. And it's been so great having so many different people support this project and support the work that these students have been doing, because they were so capable of doing it and working really hard. And I'm certain that you will be excited to read this book, as excited as I am to publicize it and share it, because it is a really powerful book that explains all of the different ways that these students perceive freedom to be and how that relates to them. So I want to thank you guys for your support and your involvement in this, and I will invite the students to come up here so that if there are any questions, you guys are more than willing to ask them. More than offer to ask them. All right, so guys.
Any student can answer this. What was really the hardest part about this after you got started? Go ahead, please. Coming up with what to write?
Yeah.
Finding the idea that would work for you?
Yeah, I wrote mine last minute.
When you students are planning on continue to be writers?
You guys continue, you want to be writers?
I see they're smiling and smile. I want to know, anyone can answer, when did it get fun? 'Cause I know sometimes it might have been hard writing, or not good anymore. When did you realize, okay, it's fun, I like it?
Question. Yeah.
In my opinion, it got fun when all of us was involved, and when the guest people came in to help us make our poems and our stories better.
For me, the funnest part was when we were revising our pieces, because I feel like it showed us what we need to be, like what needs to be improved, and like what is still, like what should still be there, and I feel like that helped us a lot. That was
Basically,
I think what was fun was when I was reading everybody else's poem and their ideas and stuff.
What do you guys want to write another one?
I'm Miss Wade, Shannon Wade, and I teach the 10th grade English and English honors class at Carson High School, and so I have all of the 10th grade students in my English class. And so what had happened was we had worked on writing the short stories, essays, and poems, and they picked out the strongest piece that they preferred or liked the best or was the proudest of to then work on really editing, and they submitted that for consideration. Because I wasn't going to publish all 97 pieces, because I have all the 10th graders, so the strongest pieces that worked the best together. Not to say that the other ones, like they said, there were other good pieces as well, but the pieces that worked the best together ended up getting put in the book, and so it was all the 10th graders from that Carson that worked on this.
Yes.
This question is for you, Ms. Wade. What was the most challenging and the most enjoyable part of this journey?
That's a good question. The most challenging part would probably be getting the students to want to write at first. Once the ball got rolling and once students started to write it or started to realize what rewards they could get from it, it was great. But telling them you have, a 5-paragraph essay or a 1,000-word story due or, whatever, was really challenging at first. Especially for students that might not normally consider themselves writers. For some of them, like others that said they're writers, wasn't necessarily a problem. But other ones, it was challenging. The most rewarding was seeing the students finally do it and realize that they can. They can be writers, they can be accomplished and do these things that they didn't necessarily think that they could do or hope they could do, but didn't know if they could do. And this whole process has been really rewarding for me because I've just been so proud of what they've done. Just getting to read through the things that they wrote was also really rewarding just because the ideas that they have been really powerful and have really inspired and impacted me as well. Oh, I want to say something? All right, well, hold on one moment.
What Ms. Wade said about a lot of students not wanting to do 1,000-word essay or 5 paragraphs short stories was true. Because I was one of the ones that didn't want to, but it was encouraged. So I had to do it. Found myself actually opening them. And the poem, I had to edit it to make it more or certain words of the poem. So that was pretty fun. I mean, it's fun. A lot of students really respect to be public. I want to thank Ms. Wade for being here.
What I was immediately taken by was how much thought all of these students put into this assignment and put into what is freedom. We tried to have conversations, and everyone had such developed ideas already, and it meant something different to everyone. And with as much has been going on with the school system in Detroit, there's one thing that always remains constant, and that's that the student voice matters.
Bookstore, this is an adorable bookstore with an awesome selection of books, so you can go ahead and check that out.